అని
రేపు మార్నింగ్ మీరు లేచినప్పుడు అంటే మీకు మార్నింగ్
రైట్
30 ఎనీ టైమ్ ఇస్ ఫైన్.
8:30 I'll let you know అండి 8:30 or 9. Okay.
Yeah, any time is fine.
But we will just continue for some more time. Okay. Let's finish at least facts and dimensions and this schema part we'll see. So this is a degenerative dimension, a dimension table that is derived from the fact table, because fact table, if it is getting more only. So what I do, like, I will create one more dimension table which stores even these numeric values also. Okay. Unit sold, the product ID, unit price of each product. Okay. Unit sold revision key ID. This could be artificial key. So product ID. Product ID is what it is there under the product ID. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Brand is also like we are mentioning the brand, whatever it is there. The brand of product sales. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Brand also I'm mentioning over here, like LG, whatever it is. Unit sold is number of units sold is 12, and unit price for each is like 40,000, something like this. By joining these tables, I will get the revenue also, right? When I'm doing this joining, because this fact table now, instead of all these fields, it will contain only one particular key, which is nothing but unit sold revision key. This is the common key. Okay. This dimension table. Now this dimension table is linked with this fact table by using this key. Clear, Andy? So you can perform the joins and then you will have to link. That is a degenerative dimension. A dimension that is derived from the fact table, but it is not actually storing any kind of textual information. Okay?
Okay.
That is a degenerative dimension. And now, what is one more dimension? We thought it is a junk dimension. So junk dimensions, in the sense there are certain attributes that we will have to store. The junk attributes. Junk attributes meaning that we won't use. Then you may ask me, why do you want to store those attributes that you don't use? Okay, that is a convenient place to store these attributes. Where we will be storing then what is this convenient place and all. So as I told, like race is something that we will never use in terms of patient. Except rarely to identify certain diseases. Clear? So that junk dimension will store the attributes that will never be used. Now, so what is a fact table? We have already seen. Fact will store the numbers and reference keys to the dimensions. Fact is used to store the measures, meaning the numbers. Am I recording this?
Yeah.
So fact is going to used to store the measures in the sense only numbers, the quantifiable information that will be storing. And also it will store what actually the reference keys. Why do we need reference keys? So that, if you want any textual information for any particular product, you can join on that dimension and you will get the reference keys, right? Here.
Okay.
So the fact will store what? The numbers information only, meaning the IDs, reference keys. If there are natural keys to connect with the dimension table. If there are no natural keys, then artificial key will be generated, meaning using the sequence operator. That also is going to be stored in the fact table, along with the numerical values, the revenue obtained, unit price. If you see here, all the numeric values, okay, along with the measures. That is known as a fact table. So fact table, it contains numerical metrics of the business. It can hold large volume of data. It can grow big. quickly, sorry, because it is not textual information. Obviously, the text fields, memo fields will be occupied much, but we are only storing that, int or big int numbers and all, or decimal numbers and all. It can grow fast, like, the prices, it gets incremented fast. The dimension, the same product, the TV AC price got updated, right? I'm going to update the AC price. Earlier, it was unit price of the AC. What is the AC? AC 345, right? Unit price of AC was 60,000. Now the same product, same brand, I will be charging it at 70,000 because of the peak summer. Okay, I can change the price, so
Mhm.
it will grow rapidly. But however, this dimension table will not grow as fast as it is growing as the fact table, right? There will not be any new products added much and all every day and all. Okay, there will be set of products that you are trying to sell. So the price, or it might decrease also. After summer season, the AC rates might decrease to 40,000 also, the same brand, right? So the
Okay.
updates would happen quickly, basically. Okay, that is what we said in on the fact table. It is a size, it can hold large volume of data, it can grow quickly, it is updated. Okay, and the
Okay.
fact tables are joined to dimensional table through reference keys. That reference dimension keys, it is natural or synthetic to the dimension table. Here it is the one. It stores all the reference keys, and then what is a synthetic or artificial key that gets generated? Something like serial number in Excel. How do you write like 1, 2, and then you will drag all the numbers and all. So using some
Mhm.
sequence operator, it generates the values. It doesn't have any significance at the database level. The value will not be
Okay.
stored at the database level. Okay.
సో ఇస్ ఇట్ లైక్ టూల్ అండి? ఏదన్నా టూల్‌లో యూజ్ చేస్తామా ఇవన్నీ?
ఏంటండి?
ఇవన్నీ ఏదైనా టూల్‌లో యూజ్ చేస్తుంటామా?
ఎస్, ETL tool, Informatica. We will see that. ఇవన్నీ
ఇన్ఫర్మేటిక్.
మీకు
ఓకే.
బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లోనే క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి. డిమాండ్ అండర్స్కోర్ కస్టమర్ టేబుల్ కానీ, డిమాండ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ అండర్స్కోర్ సేల్స్ టేబుల్ కానీ, ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్.
ఓకే. ఓకే. ఓకే.
But the operator that you are going to generate is through Informatica tool. They will create that artificial key.
ఓకే. 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 సో ఓకే. ఇవన్నీ ఇన్ఫర్మేటికా కాన్సెప్ట్స్. ఓకే.
ఇవి వస్తాయి మన డెమోన్స్ట్రేషన్. సో దాన్ని మనం సింథటిక్ కీ ఆర్ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ కీ అంటాం అనమాట. విచ్ వి విల్ జనరేట్ ఇట్ త్రూ. అంటే మీకు ఏది కామన్ లేదనుకోండి, ఈ డిమెన్షన్ కి, ఈ ఫ్యాక్ట్ కి లింకేజ్ natural key.
హుహు.
Suppose this one,
ఓకే.
okay,
ఓకే.
because this is the derived dimension, which is nothing but degenerate dimension. Then
హుహు.
people will create a synthetic key anamata, and then they will load that, they will maintain that, they will load that synthetic key into fact table, so that onto dimension table, so that these will be linked together. Okay, మీకు earlier source systems నుంచి వచ్చింది కాదు అది. ఓకే, డేటాబేస్ లో ఇది ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ గా మీరు క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు లింకేజ్ చేయడానికి. ఓకే.
ఓకే. ఓకే. ఓకే.
All right. Now, what are all the types of fact tables? One is like, additive fact tables. So facts that can be summed up through all the dimensions in the fact table. Meaning they were saying sales amount. We'll see what is that. Non-additive fact tables that can be summed up for any of the dimensions present in the fact table. Percentage of sales unit. And this is semi-additive facts. Semi-additive facts are that can be summed up for some dimension in the fact, but not the others and all. So there is a table known as, there is something like, that stores the information of date, account, current balance, and profit margin. Okay. This table will be maintaining current balance of this particular account. You have performed some deposits, you have performed some withdrawals and all. So what is your current balance? And profit margin is something that, how much profit you earn by depositing certain money. What I mean to say is, you have a savings account and you have some deposits, fixed deposits also.
ఓకే.
Okay, say an example of fixed deposits. You made fixed deposits. If you just check in your, any of the internet, you made certain fixed deposits, say 2 to 3 fixed deposits at various tenures. Okay.
ఓకే.
So your current balance would display something like this. Suppose, like, last year you made a 50,000 fixed deposit at rate of interest, something like 5% or 6%. An example, your current balance, because that 1 year isn't completed, but some months have gone by, your current balance would be showing it as a 51,000. This is for a period of 6 years or 5 years, rate of interest 6% for 5 years,
Mhm.
if you are just mentioning. Okay. So end of
Okay.
5 years, how much is the profit margin that it will be displayed?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
How much is the profit margin that it will be displayed? What is the current balance? This will get summed up eventually, right? Something like this, 50,000 is one deposit you made, and then 60,000 you made. This is at the rate of 7% interest for 2 years only.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So the current balance would be like, 60,000 right now. What it will show, it will sum up all the thing and it will show, okay, what is your deposits current balance. So on this, say an example, I'm not giving you the accurate number, so I'm not doing that math. Say on 60,000, 62,000 that you just earned, and here 51,000. So total could be 1 lakh 2,000 here and 1,000 there, 1 lakh 13,000 or something. Okay, 1 lakh 14,000. Your current balance is an example. Okay.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
10,000 is the one, and 2,000 you 1,000 you earned on 50,000, and 2,000 you earned on 60,000. What is your profit margin here? It will calculate. Okay, 1 lakh 10,000. So your profit margin could be 3,000, right? 3,000 divided by whatever it is the sum into three. Say an example, I'm not giving accurate, but it could be like 3% or 4%, whatever. Right?
Okay.
So what I wanted to tell you is, so this is kind of fact table. Deposits are kind of fact tables that it is maintaining. Okay, sorry, dimension tables that it is maintaining. Deposits are dimension tables where the deposit details, dim_deposit, it is the table that it is maintaining. Okay, and your current balance is a fact table. Okay, so where it contains maybe the reference key also, account number is exactly the common key. This is your fact table. So both of them are linked with what? Account numbers. Whenever you made some, what is that? Fixed deposit, you'll be having that account number, right? So that account number would get over here. Different account numbers will be there. So you can generate even what we call it's your savings account number also, not the deposit account number. Okay. So here the common thing is savings account number, or the account number, basically savings account number, which you are having the bank account number. Okay. That is actually, it is linked through some account number 103. Okay. Now what is what we call additive fact? Meaning sum of all dimensions. So here there will be fixed deposits and there are certain investments also, similar thing that you made. Okay. Say an example of NPS. Some pension scheme you just mentioned through this one only, savings account number. Fixed deposits or sorry, there is one thing like what are all the other investments that you made is like dim_some mutual funds. So here also there is a savings account number and invested amount, rate of interest, tenure. So your current balance will be displayed against what your total of, if you are going with to your portfolio. Okay. 0.01. If you are going to your 1 lakh, I have invested for some of the mutual funds like at the rate of 11% or 12% for 10 years. That also interest accrued, right? So this account number for the same savings account number 103, I have invested into fixed deposits. I have invested into mutual funds also. So the current balance is sum of this 10 years. Say on 1 lakh, I have gained like 12%, right? 12,000 interest. Say an example. Okay, if I'm encoding 12,000, then my current balance will be 2 lakh, 1 lakh 10, 12. So 2 lakh 23,000, something like this. So you just analyze your bank portfolios and your account portfolio, which you will understand it. Also. There is a profit margin of like, 5%, 6% or 7%, whatever it is with this. So what do we mean by additive fact? Summing of all the dimensions. It is summing of this demand deposit, demand mutual funds. If I'm maintaining all this in the separate dimension table for deposits, mutual funds and all this stuff, summing of all these dimensions is nothing but an additive fact. Clear, Andy?
Yeah, అండి.
Current balance for each at the end of the each as well as the profit for each account for each day. Okay, these are the facts. A semi-additive facts as it summing of dimension and betana. Facts that can be summed up through all the dimensions in the fact table. Okay, facts that can be summed up to all the dimensions in the fact table. So we are actually using all these dimensions to calculate this fact table. What is that? One is your current balance and another is your profit margin. Okay.
Okay.
That is nothing but your additive fact. Non-additive facts are the facts that cannot be summed up for any of the dimensions present in the fact table. Example, percentage of sales units. Percentage of sales units. So we have fact underscore sales, that is one we have created, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So there also there will be sum up and all that stuff will be there. I'm just creating one more fact table saying that fact underscore percentage of sales. I'm just maintaining it separately for the sake of what we call readability or the column. Here only you can just mention that, percentage of sales. But different sales, if percentages, if I want to maintain, then I'm maintaining in the percentage of sales. Okay. So what is this percentage of sales? What is this percentage when you calculate? Number of units sold, number of products sold, divided by total number of products available in the stock into 100. అంతే కదండి?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Usually like, units sold are 2. నాకు ఒక 10 TVs ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, 10 TVs లో 2 sold అయిపోయాయి. Right? Then what is my
Okay.
percentage of sold, the percentage of sales? So say an example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 10, 2 was 2
20%.
by 10. Okay. Into 100. Okay. 20%.
20%.
Okay. So here I'm not using any summation. So that is known as a non-additive fact. Clear, Andy? That is
Yeah.
non-additive fact. Okay. I'm just using only from here, this fact to this fact. Okay. You can use this product ID and unit sold also. You can just, through this fact key reference, you can just generate, or unit sold, you can just mention over here also. Unit sold, total units available. Revenue, I'm not mentioning here. This is your percentage of sales. Okay. Total units available is 10. Okay, no? This is
Yeah.
an additive fact. This is non-additive fact. Clear on this one, please? We are not using any summations for dimension tables and all that stuff. Additive fact is something like when you are coming with this, this is additive fact.
Mm-hmm.
Using all the dimension tables, we are summing up the values. Okay, when we are getting the values fact tables values by summing up all the dimensions that are involved, that is known as an additive fact. Okay. And
Yeah.
what is semi-additive fact? Only few of the dimensions are involved, not all. Okay, when we are summing up. So the best example is units sold itself, revenue and units sold and all that stuff. So semi-additive facts are the facts that can be summed up for some of the dimensions in the fact table, but not the others. Okay, in the fact table, the reference keys are there, right? What are all the keys? I mean, what are all the dimensions that it is actually contained? So if you see, you can take this as an example. These are the dimensions by vector. Let's stop here for today, Andy, because I want you to go through it again. ఈ మెటీరియల్ ఇవాళ పెడతాను. దిస్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాబట్టి రేపు కావాలంటే స్టార్ స్కీమా స్నోఫ్లెక్స్ స్కీమా టుమారో మార్నింగ్ వి విల్ కంటిన్యూ. ఓకే,
షూర్ అండి.
సో స్లోలీ చేంజింగ్ డైమెన్షన్స్ రేపు ఇవి చెప్పేస్తే అయిపోతుంది మీకు.
నాకు ఆల్మోస్ట్ 9 అవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు.
మండే నుంచి విల్ స్టార్ట్ అప్ విత్ ఇన్ఫర్మాటిక్, ఐ మీన్ థియరీ పార్ట్ అవుతుందండి వాట్ ఐ మీన్ ఫస్ట్. ఓకే, సో ఇంకొక 2 classes థియరీ ఉంటుంది, దెన్ వి విల్ స్టార్ట్ అప్ ద ఎక్సర్సైజెస్.
ఓకే.
So where were we? This is semi-additive fact. So if you take an example of fact underscore sales only, so here what all actually involve the dimension tables and the customer product and customer product and customer. Sorry, team underscore product comma team underscore customer are involved. Kada?
Yeah.
Are we using, you know, unit price, total revenue, ante we are only considering, maybe if you consider that, you know, some of these things and all, we are only considering the product tables summation, right? Product table dimension summation only we are using, but we are not using the customer summation. So only few of the dimensions that are involved to sum up, which is known as a semi-additive fact. Okay, this is known as a semi-additive fact. Okay. So the purpose of the current balance for each account at each of the day are the facts. Current margin balance is a semi-additive fact. So if you take profit margin and current balance, why is it a semi-additive fact? As it makes sense them to up for all the accounts. Okay, this is an additive fact. I'm sorry.
Okay, current balance
For all
is additive
accounts,
fact.
it is not. And fact underscore sales is a semi-additive fact. Okay. For this one, it is a percentage of sale units. Okay. Non-additive fact. Why it is semi-additive fact? Because only few of the dimensions. Example, what is the dimension? We used dim underscore prod. Is only used for. Okay. Now, the important question in interview is factless fact. They will ask you what is a factless fact. Fact will consist of what, Andy? The reference keys. Remember, reiterating it. Fact will consist of the reference keys as well as the measures. Reference keys to what? Reference keys to the dimensions. Dimensions will consist of the textual or details of the products or the subject area. All the textual information, okay, along with the keys. Okay, but it could be a natural key. If not, it's a synthetic key. So what is factless fact? factless fact will not consist of any of the units, okay, measures. It will only consist of the reference case. Say if there are more number of dimensions that are connected, so you are creating one fact to store only the keys. And fact cells, you are storing something else. So factless fact. Okay. Factless fact is the one that consists of only the reference keys, meaning fraud ID, customer ID, TIM ID, time ID, suppose it's
Okay.
deposit, account number, something like this. Okay. Only the reference keys. Now, this factless fact can be joined to your sales. Okay. Here you want to have, you do not want to save all this product ID, customer ID, and all this stuff. What do you want to be, join with one more key, artificial key. Okay. Maybe FF underscore ID, factless fact ID we are generating. Here it will be having only FF underscore ID, and you are going to maintain the values. Clear and me? You can use the join tables. Okay. Instead of storing all the keys onto this particular fact table, I will have store it in another factless fact table, which is nothing but it stores only the reference keys to the dimensions. So when I'm doing this fact sales table, right, I will only join with this factless fact table. Okay, with this key. And then I'll go with the dimension of the whatever is needed. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the common key with this. So multiple joins can be used like that. That is a factless fact. It contains only reference keys to dimension, but not any measures. All right. Now let's go back. What is there? We will come to dimension, junk dimension, factless fact. Yeah, let's complete. Data staging and data mart also. Data modeling in data warehouse. This also a simple one we can explain because I wanted to explain you the star and snowflake schema in detail. Dimension model, fact constellation model. Now we can take it up. So what do we mean by data extraction? Extracting the data from source systems, right? The source systems could be disparate or multiple source systems. We knew what is a data extraction. So are you clear on this one, Andy? All these things basically. What is a dimension? What is a fact? How many types of dimensions are there? How many types of facts are there? What are they? What is a dimension? That stores this textual information or the related information of any product, right?
Yeah.
With the natural key. How many types of dimensions are there? 3 types. What
Three
are
types.
confirmed dimension, degenerative dimension, and junk dimension,
Regenerative.
right? What is confirmed dimension? A dimension table that is shared
Dimension.
across multiple fact tables or more
Multiple
than one fact
table.
table, right? Here,
Yeah. One.
employee himself is a customer. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is shared under your fact sales and then fact payslip also, right?
Okay.
That is a confirmed dimension. And another is a degenerative dimension. What do we mean by degenerative dimension? Degenerative dimension is the dimension that is derived from the fact table, which contains some of the measures. If the measures are going too much, right? Units, number of units sold, okay, and number of units sold and unit price. We are maintaining in the separate table. That we do call it as a degenerative dimension. Okay. The number of measures. Here, not the keys we are storing. Remember the difference between degenerative dimension and factless fact. In factless fact, we are only storing the keys. Degenerative dimension, we are storing the measures or metrics like, units sold, number of units sold and total number of units available. Okay. Which we are calling it as, which we are splitting that table into a separate table and we are calling it as a degenerative dimension. What is junk dimension? What is junk dimension? Which maintains the attributes of junk attributes. Okay, kind of race, ethnicity and all, which we use it very rarely. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
fact? A fact that contains reference keys of the dimensions as well as the measures of any table. Okay. A numerical
Okay.
values of any tables, right? That is nothing
Yeah.
but a fact. So how many facts are there? 3 facts are there. What are they? Additive fact, say non-additive fact, semi-additive fact. What do we mean by
Okay.
additive fact? That is summed up through
Some
all the dimensions. Okay. The
yeah.
fact values
Good.
that is summed up, that involves in all the dimension
All
table.
the
Okay. So if you take an example of, current balance or profit margin for different types of investments that you have in the bank account, right? So we are considering it as through an account number, one account number, the current balance through, the amount that we retrieved by FDs plus the amounts that we retrieved through mutual investments. Okay, investments plan or anything. So these are the 2 different dimensions we are maintaining. So all these different dimension values have been involved in summing up. That is known as additive fact. Okay. What is
Okay.
non-additive fact? Where none of the dimensions are involved in using the summing up. Example, like, percentage of calculations, percentage of units or whatever it is, that is known as a non-additive fact. What is semi-additive fact? Only few of the dimensions are
Only few
involved
of
in
the dimensions.
summing up the values. Example,
Yeah.
factor to sales. Clear?
Okay. Yeah, sure. And yeah, clear.
All right. This is the summary. Then let's go through. What is data extraction? So we know this ETL architecture. We will explain that dimensional modeling also. I think I explained the ER model, dimensional model, but dimension model let me explain today. And the schemas tomorrow will definitely explain. Okay. During this extraction process, we know that it is getting from the OLTP source databases, files, and different databases, the sources. And then this is an operational data store, or we are calling it as a landing zone, right? In this data warehouse architecture, the landing tables and all. So what is extraction? The extraction is the act or process of retrieving data out of data sources, disparate sources, usually unstructured or poorly structured, meaning unstructured meaning from the files also we are extracting, right? So who will do this extraction? That ETL tools.
Okay.
Okay. Data sources for further data processing or data storage. That is known as a data migration. So all this unstructured data, what we are doing, we are storing it into one uniform way. That's what we are calling it as either data warehouse, data mart, or if you are using like, multi-tenant, it's a data warehouse, and then further it will be split into our data mart, right?
Yeah.
Extraction. So how many types of extractions are there? This we will see when we start, once we start Informatica, but there are 2 types basically. One is like bulk extraction or full refresh, meaning the staging tables. You are extracting the table, whatever is there in today's table. Okay, let me explain like this. What is 16.5 and 17.5? I think 17. I stored it in
17th.
I get one. What do we mean by bulk extraction? Data extraction happens in 2 ways. As I told, very important, and this also in the data loads. Bulk copy or change data capture, change based replication or screen
data extraction దగ్గర stuck అయింది.
ఇప్పుడే రాసానండి డేటా ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ తర్వాత ఏం రాయలేదు. Bulk copy is you are getting bulk load, bulk copy or bulk load. Now are you able to see?
No.
మళ్ళీ షేర్ చేస్తున్నాను. Okay, I think you can see now. So data extraction ante we are extracting and loading also, right? So it can, when extraction and load, the loads can happen in 2 ways. Okay. One is a bulk load and another is change based loads or incremental loads or delta loads. This is a bulk load, meaning global refresh, truncate and reload. ఇవన్నీ ఒకటే అండి. ఓకే, ఇంటర్మీడియట్ గా చేంజ్ చేసి మాట్లాడుతూ ఉంటారు. ఓకే అండి. This change
Okay.
with load, incremental load, what do we mean by that? So today I got an example, 10 employees details or 10 products details in my file. Okay, say that this is the product ID, name of the product, brand, but product category, brand. Okay, product category and then brand. Product category is not there, and this name of the product, and then brand simply the photo. So today I got some 1, 2, 3 product, 3, 4, 5 product, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 4 records got inserted. What is this? TV, brand is LG. Okay, 2, 3, 4, TV, brand is Samsung. Refrigerator, brand is LG. Assembly, refrigerator. Okay. This is the product details. This is already extracted. This came in the form of a file. The source system is file. So using the jobs and all, this is already extracted, inserted this into a product table. Okay, this information is available, and this I stored in the form of product table, the same thing. Okay, extracted and loaded. This is kind of file yesterday, something that you received. Immediately when I have performed like, data load, or your dev people have performed the data load, they have stored this into this table. Okay, product underscore table. They just stored it. All these details are available in your staging table. Say an example. Okay, after the data extraction, extracted and loaded. I'm just trying to tell you the difference between bulk load. Tomorrow, every day you will receive the file. Okay, tomorrow you received another file. Okay, tomorrow you received another file with the details 1, 2, 3, product ID. But you received something like what was there other than that, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3 TV. ACs, name of the product is AC, you received. And you received LG. Say, and then 891, maybe geyser. AOC.
It's almost cut అయిపోతుంది.
Yeah, it's less than
Screen.
something like this. Okay. So what do you mean by bulk refresh? Next day when you are loading in the bulk refresh, instead of this in the product table or the global refresh, what would happen? All this data, the second load, if it is a bulk copy, all this data would be wiped out, and it is going to store as is whatever the